What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video, and today this is the episode 1 of my Saturday night sports movie review series. First episode of this series. Very excited to make this video for you guys. I know I said I was going to begin with The Sandlot, but I just watched this video recently. This movie recently called Remember the Titans. It's a Disney film starring Denzel Washington as Coach Herman. Ryan Hurst as Gary Bertier, Wood Harris as Julius Campbell. Now, if you're a football fan or football player, I assume that you have seen this movie. If not, you guys should definitely watch this movie. One of the most iconic football movies and most popular football movies ever to exist, in my opinion. I always enjoy this movie every time I watch it. Just a great, very well-made film. Even though it was made in the 2000s, still a amazing movie. And let's just get right into the review. So this movie, like I said, stars Denzel Washington as Coach Herman Boone. It starts in a dark place, really. There is a integrated football team. They're just at each other's throats, fighting all the time. And there's all the players' families. They don't want the team to integrate. They don't want the high school to integrate. They don't want Coach Herman to take over the team. It's just a whole disaster at the very beginning of the film. This Denzel Washington, Coach Herman Boone, comes in to take the place of a white football coach. The parents do not take it very well. There's just all these arguments, and eventually the white coach eventually stayed on the staff with Coach Herman. He was the defensive coordinator while Coach Herman mainly worried about the offense and was the head coach. Now this movie starts out with the white players not wanting to play for this new coach. They don't really want to work with him, which they eventually learn to get along and work with the new coach. They almost got into a fight before they got onto the bus for camp, but the captain of the team, Gary Bertier, I feel like he learned in that moment to not disrespect the coach anymore. So they got on the bus. They went to this camp. It was a very tough football camp, probably one of the most stressful camps that I've seen a high school football team go through. Coach Herman Boone was just relentless, running them ragged. Doesn't matter if it was 4 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, did not matter. Coach Herman Boone is running them ragged at some point at this camp. One of the most popular scenes in the movie is at the Battle of Gettysburg. He gives a very motivational speech at the Battle of Gettysburg site, and I believe that brings the team together to start working as one. And they eventually come back to the high school from the camp. Just all of the parents are just at each other's throats. They don't want the high school to integrate whatsoever, which is really unfortunate. But the team, mainly Julius Campbell and Gary Bertier, bring the team together, as they didn't like each other at the beginning either, but they were roommates in the camp, and they learned to become friends. And even their friends didn't want to hang out with each other, and they didn't like them two hanging out either. But they overcame all the adversity and became the best two players on the team, really, and also best friends. So that relationship I really liked. Julius and Gary were just always together and always trying to work with each other to build the team up and up more and more. But the football team eventually made it all the way to the state championship, I believe. There's some side characters that come in along the way. Sunshine shows up at the camp. He's one of the most popular characters. Lewis comes along as well. He's one of the bigger offensive linemen. And he meets with the coach about his grades because he wants to go to college but just does not think he can make it. It's a very heartwarming scene at the end of the movie as Lewis says that he will be attending college and hugs the coach. It was just a beautiful moment. But the team ends up going all the way to the state championship. Right before that, their best player, Gary Bertier, gets into a car wreck and is paralyzed from the waist down. The whole team is just at the hospital, and they can't believe what they have heard. But this motivates them even more to go and win the state championship for Gary Bertier. He watches from his hospital bed and rejoices with the team in spirit. And the final scene of the movie is Gary Bertier's funeral. He dies, I believe, 10 years after the events taking place in the movie. Now, this movie is based on a true story. There really was this high school team. There was Ronnie Bass. There was Coach Herman Boone. There was Gary Bertier. There was Julius Campbell. These are real people that really lived in this time period and overcame all this adversity. And it was just such a beautiful movie to watch. And the state championship was truly amazing because this team was not expected to do anything, and they just overcame all of the issues and just came together and learned to work as a team. The ending scene, like I said, is, I believe, the funeral for Gary Bertier. He dies 10 years after he was paralyzed, I believe, in another car accident. And that really did happen in real life too, so rest in peace to Gary Bertier, which is a very well-made movie by Disney, and I would recommend you guys to watch this film. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys. 10 out of 10 would recommend.